idea is that in regular life we don't have an opportunity to speak with people from minorities, like Jewish group or Muslim or people with disabilities or homosexuals or transsexuals. And here in this Human Library you can meet with such people directly, and you can very directly ask them your questions and verify the knowledge or your opinions about those groups. And it really works like a proper library. So you come, you register, you get a library pass, and then our librarians, volunteers, they go and they bring you your book with that difference that this is a real person.
Are people in Wrocław really interested in participation in this kind of event?
I think they're more and more interested. When our volunteers were going out and promoting the event, they could hear from people, yeah, we know about this idea. And so you can see that for the 7 years that we organized it, it became really more popular. And people who come, they already know what the idea is about. For this timing of the day, it's a really good result. I think we have over 70 people who participated. And for now we have, I think, around 25 books on the shelf.
I have double title. I'm Belarusian and I'm lesbian, and it's my 7th time here. I think in Poland, homophobia is very strong, especially now, over the last few years. So it's very important to let people meet gays and lesbians and talk to them, to see that they're just people like all other people, and to talk about their stereotypes and so on and so on. Really, it's my 7th time, or even more, because we had a few special editions for policemen, for example, and so on. And I wait for this regular one. We have it once per year. I wait for this all year. It's only 2 days, and for me it's too short time. I think we should have it 2 weeks. Because the experience is amazing. I mean, of course, for readers, it's very interesting experience, and sometimes for them it's very difficult to borrow a book. Sometimes it's difficult for them to pronounce the title, to say lesbian, to say gay in Poland, especially if they're young and so on. But for us, for books, it's amazing also, because I have very different readers, all young, females, males, from big city, from Wrocław or from small villages. Some readers actually, they tell you their story. They don't need to listen to your story. They have to talk to somebody. Especially in my case, I have gay or lesbian, young gay and lesbian. Sometimes I'm the first person they're talking to about their homosexuality.
Well, I mean, it all started with a brainstorming in the office. Me and my colleagues, we had been invited to to bring an idea to Roskilde Festival, something that would challenge the audience there and give them an opportunity which they never had seen before the festival. So we're sitting in the office, it's February, it's very cold, and we're sitting there brainstorming, thinking about what can we do in the summer. And I thought to myself, why don't we bring some of the most unpopular people that are out there and ask people to sit with unpopular types? And they were like, wait a minute, what do you mean? I said, like, well, you know, remember that guy we don't like and this guy we don't like? And it was sort of kind of like this. So, and that's why I always say that it's not my idea alone. It's me and my colleagues, Christopher, Danny, Mona, who were all there at the same time in the same brainstorm that created this brainchild. I was the one then who maybe saw potential beyond the initial event and who thought that the idea was too good to just be a one thing flower blooming in a festival when it could be a garden all over the world. On the first day, I saw people coming out of there and I'm like, wait a minute, this is something that we can do anywhere because everybody has prejudices. We saw people coming out, Swedish people, Americans, Germans, everybody who was at the festival. It was a completely international crowd and most of our books were speaking English, so we had a lot of, already on the first day, a lot of people internationally. I went home after a couple of days and I thought, well, where do we go now? And then I spoke with some friends in the Council of Europe. They were like, well, why don't we try it in Hungary? I went to Budapest and the Director of Youth and Sport there said that they thought it was a great idea. Let's test it. We tested it there and it worked. And then the next stop was Portugal. And by this time now there was, you know, no looking back. And it's just sort of growing slowly, but good since then. This is about offering a special opportunity for dialogue, and it's not an opportunity that you need to have every day. It's an opportunity you need now and then, because these kind of reflections that we're asking people to have here, or inviting them to have, it's not necessarily reflections that you want to have every day. It's something that you can do now and then. Sit down and look at what you think about things in life and make a reassessment, because this is sort of an invitation to reassess how you view other things or other people. We don't want to do storytelling. We want the two to find a story together. A story about who I am and who you are, and how we can see, you know, that even though we may be different, we also have a lot in common. And, you know, we may also be different when the conversation is over, but still we know more about each other.
Different reasons, I say. The policeman, for example, I never talked to a policeman, and I live in Poland as a German, so it's interesting to hear what a Polish policeman says about security, what is the most popular crime, so to say. And that was very interesting. And he was also, it always is also a question of who is free and who is available at the moment. So the second was, I wanted to talk to a Protestant because I'm Protestant myself. I'm from a Protestant region in Germany. And until I was 20, maybe I probably didn't meet any Catholic person. Now I'm living in Poland, where nearly everybody is Catholic, so I thought it might be interesting to find out. Absolutely. I think it's a wonderful project, and one of the things I'll be keeping in mind is maybe someday there'll be an opportunity to organize something similar in Germany, because I think this is fantastic, absolutely. If people are discussing stereotypes and prejudices, I think this is a way to actually overcome them. So this is a wonderful way of talking to people and getting to know yourself better. I've never been to a Human Library before. I heard about this one when I was here 4 years ago as a volunteer, no, not a volunteer, but I worked here for a couple of months. I heard about this and I thought, great idea, I didn't have time, so this time I made sure that I'll make it.